Welcome again, my peeps. Please subscribe, share, like, hit the notification bell that every time I send out a new content, you'll be notified. I went on Unstoppable Show, and I went on Unstoppable Show for a reason. My story, it was never an easy journey. It was never easy. It was hard. But to where I'm at right now, I'm feeling good about myself. And I would say to women in my position, been there, done that, I would say to them, and I will always say this, life is a journey and the journey never ends. Because as we journey along this way, we are living in a very troubled world. And it is very difficult to keep ourselves pure. When you look at it, society always keep pumping out our message that encourage us to compromise ourselves and betray our value. We are valuable. Never let anyone value you to their expectation. Value yourself because you know how valuable you are. But when you think about it, the message that you're getting from your mind, your soul, the voices in your head, they are untrue. And when I say they are untrue because the real path to contentment and peace is the path of God and not society. In our lives, we could almost probably turn because you are going down the road and there's a blockage. But when you turn, it's like you're tempted. And when I say tempted, you're tempted to follow the wrong role models, to betray your real conscience, your true conscience, and to give in to the temptation. Temptation is real. Temptation is real. And when I say temptation is real, temptation is real. But you have to be strong. You have to stand up. You have to fight. You have to know when it's right. You have to know when it's wrong. And to give in to temptation, sometimes it's woven into our fabrics of everyday life. And if you and or us fall to this temptation, then you know we will inevitably disappoint probably our children, family, or even ourselves and our Creator. There's a greater and a better strategy to guard our hearts by remaining pure. And when I say that, you have to try a lot of things in life. You can listen to a lot of things. But when you take that moment, and when you take that moment, or whatever conversation, or whatever thinking, go, rethink again. Rethink again. You can ask yourself questions, and it is good to ask yourself questions because you're in the position to ask yourself the question, and you're in the position to answer the questions, and you have to be reasonable about your questions, and you have to be reasonable and be true when it comes to with your answers. You have to always think, and you always have to have a strategy. You have to have a real one. If you're not, the simple act of giving God a few minutes, if you cannot give God a few minutes in the morning, do it in the evening. If you can't do it in the evening, do it in the afternoon. Do it in the night. A few minutes to change the direction and the quality of our life. Then we're not doing God no favor. And we're worse, not doing ourselves no favor. Let me remind you of the importance of the purity of God's never-ending love for us. Of God's never-ending love for us. We have to always remember the blessing that comes from Him. Don't have to be big. Sometimes we don't recognize it. Sometimes we are ungrateful. But you have to remember, blessing come in small packages. And we always must recognize these small packages and not the big ones. Because the big ones always turn out to be the worst ones. But the smallest ones always turn out to be the one that light up our world. We are elated. We are happy. Everything started tripping. Just take that moment. This one moment. Give God praise. Give Him thanks. Give Him the honor. Give Him the glory. I talk about my story and a little of my life, and that was nothing. That was nothing. Because there was a lot. And there's still a lot. But you know what makes me feel good? The things that makes me feel good is that God give me the opportunity. And when I say God give me the opportunity, God give me a big break. God give me a big opportunity. God give me the chance to live again, to learn again, to walk again, to do everything all over again. And I never let my family down. I never let myself down. I never let my kids down. I fight. I fight. God was in the midst of my fight. God was in the midst of my fight. You know what? I never cease from praying. There were things. There were so many things. And it was happening one after the other. I never let it get me down. I learned to pray. I learned to satisfy. I learned to give thanks. And I always tell my friends, my children, my husband, I say, listen, learn, even if you cannot pray, learn to say, thank you, Jesus. Learn to say, Lord have mercy. Learn. Thank you, Jesus. Lord have mercy. God, I thank you. That's where I start from. That's how I learned to pray. Yes, I was a good reader. Yes, I can read. But when you cannot pray, just start it by saying, thank you, Jesus. close your eyes, lift your hands up, and say, "Thank you, Jesus." And you'll be surprised. It's like you're in a dream. The words will come, the words will flow, and it will flow freely. And that's how I learned to pray. And God bring me on this journey because I never give up. I never give in. I never, even when I get weak, I feel strong. Because there's always that voice that said, you have something to live for. You have something to live for. And I got to go. When I get weak, I get strong. When I am down, I get up. When I cry, I smile at my tears. Giving thanks. I've come to the end of another one. I'm going to say, please subscribe, comment, like, share, hit the notification bell that every time I send out a new content, you will be notified. I love you, my people. And when I say I love you, I love you. I have nothing but pure love, true love for my people. Have a blessed one. Thank you all. Bye.